You're watching Capitol View, Sunday morning talk focused on the political scene in Arkansas.
Welcome back. Joining me now, John Brummett, columnist with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. I'm just going to fist bump you because I'm getting over a little something. I don't want to be contagious.
Well, I appreciate that consideration.
Yeah, we'll keep some distance.
May all others behave that way.
Thanks. All right, we got some arrows to fire up and down, conventional wisdom here, and I'm going to start with, at the national level, Democrats. They're fighting at the Senate level. New polling comes out, shows that their popularity is about 35% nationally. Yeah. This does not bode well in the age of Trump, who's given them more than enough ammunition. What's the Democrats' messaging problem, and where do you? I'm going to assume you're going to give them an arrow down.
Well, now I'll fire these arrows myself.
I'll let you fire it.
But you're right. I'm going to give them an arrow down. I'm going to give Cory Booker a particular arrow down, the senator from New Jersey who didn't go to the committee meeting to object to a bill about funding for police equipment, and while Democrats like Klobuchar worked out a compromise or cooperated with the majority and got the bill passed and moved for unanimous consent on the Senate, and Cory Booker suddenly arises to assail them as complicit in Trump's abuses by working with him when we need to be fighting him, not working with him. That's the one thing that drives me absolutely crazy. Yeah. I mean, the only way we could have any actual policy, which is what we need even in bad times, is to work on solutions.
Well, Cory Booker's running for president.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Of course he is. Well, I hope he runs poorly. What a showboat! What a grandstand spectacle! It just made me kind of ill. So arrow down for him. Arrow down for the Democrats for the obvious reasons. Here's the context. Trump's approval rating in the Wall Street Journal poll is 45%. His disapproval is 52%. That used to be in the tank. That was bad. You know, he's now sitting absolutely pretty and looking invincible against an approval rating for the Democrats as a party, Democrats in Congress, of 33% against 63% disapproval. We've never seen a major political party in continuing polls show this poorly. And a Democratic polling consultant for the poll, who did polling for Biden's campaign in 2020, put it in the right perspective. We have a president who has a low approval rating of what we used to call one. We have a president who is ripe for important criticism, and the Democratic Party, and this is a Democratic pollster saying this, has such a bad, damaged brand that they cannot find any credibility to criticize him, either for the good of the country or for their own good. They simply don't. They're totally ineffective. Now the House of Representatives, all those, they might take that back in the next election because you only need 3 or 4, and midterms always goes to the outside party. But in electoral politics and in national politics, they're almost nationally what they are in Arkansas. And you ask, what do? Everybody says, improve your brand, improve your message, improve what you're doing, improve what you stand for, you know, and work on actual policy rather than stand up here and make a spectacle of yourself. That even the Morning Joe was criticized the next day.
Do you think you should swing? Do you think the Democrats should swing further to the left and stand for something, or do you think they pull to the middle, but they've got to find what it is that they stand for?
You just gave the problem. If they get more centrist, center-left solutions, Bill Clinton politics of the 90s, I think Obama politics, really, then you said that wouldn't be standing for anything by the premise of your question.
Correct.
By standing for something, they've got to get to the more isolated, alienated left. In your view, if the issue is to stand for something, I submit that you could go to Youngstown, Ohio, and talk to some people and come up with some unlabelable people positions and embrace them as democratic positions and redefine your party. The problem, and Hallie Schaffner, is going to, this is her problem. She's getting to the center left, talking about rural conservative issues like farming, and she's going to be fine in doing that until they bring the left-wing agenda in on her, and then she'll have to either finesse her way out of that or risk alienating the part of the small Democratic base in Arkansas that wants real liberalism, which is becoming, I think, more semi-socialist liberalism.
Mm-hmm.
So it's impossible. It seems to be impossible. And I took my car into the service station one time just for an oil change, and the old mechanic put it up on the grease rack, and he said, "You know what you need to do?" He said, "You need to. Now that we've got your car jacked up, we need to bring you another one in under it." and the Democratic Party needs to have another party come in under it, and it's got
which is really what Clinton did.
That's
he
exactly
created
what Clinton did.
New Democratic
and Obama
Party.
transcended that with hope and change and all the change that he represented. That's the only way it's ever worked for the Democrats, and they're just they don't have the leadership, they don't have the brain trust and the political tactics to do that, and they're all afraid of what you just said. Well, what if you lose the left? I mean, if AOC is after you and Bernie, who's not even a Democrat, now what do we do without them? Well, it's hard, but it helps if you actually let's just find some issues that matter and hammer the heck out of them, like Trump did, make America great again, or immigration. That's the only way out. But they are as down as they can be, except for the fact that the dynamics of the House races in the midterms may give them a chance to actually take back the House.
So let's talk about Republicans do not fare much better in the polling. They're pretty soured. Voters are pretty soured on them as well, yet somehow they navigate that. Is this because of the influence of the Trump personality, or why would Republicans not have a similar branding problem right now when you look at their polling and they're in the 40s? They're not popular. No, neither political party's popular.
Okay, they are in the 40s, but they're in areas that are previously seen in disfavor in the modern era, and the people are tuned out to the Democrats, so they have no opposition. Republicans seem better because they're not Democrats, and you and I'm guilty of it. Sat here and warned that the tariffs are going to just be wildly inflationary, and these things have not occurred yet, and that we're going to have a constitutional crisis because he's not going to abide by some court order.
Well, the court rulings are going in his favor.
Lately now, they've all been going in his favor. That hasn't happened. So people think he, wild as he is, egomaniacal and unfavorable as he is, they think this is not bad, and it seems better when we look at what the Democrats seem to be to us, both culturally and economically. So that's what it is. Donald Trump's best friend is the Democratic Party. You put his MAGA base and the Democratic Party losing all the swing votes and swing states together, and that's the Trump coalition right there. A competent Democratic Party playing some smart political issues would bedevil him, but it's not happening.
I say watch the governors, the Democratic governors, are where the solution's going to come from. All right,
maybe.
Let's do, we got about a minute and a half left. I want to
I've
quickly,
talked too long.
It's all right, it's good, it was a good conversation. I want to talk about the direct democracy initiatives in Arkansas. These things are getting some clearance. Put in context where you see them standing.
There are two groups, I call them do-gooder groups, the League Women Voters, and then a coalition of grassroots and public advocacy organizations with separate proposals to undo a lot of the really burdensome restrictions that the legislature has put on the process. And they both now have been cleared. It took multiple edits, but the Attorney General's office has cleared both of them for the ballot. and the final thing they had to do was get their text down to what the Attorney General determined to be an 8th grade reading level, which is part of one of these new laws. That in the beginning, I was told if you put too many 3-syllable or 4-syllable words in here, which are like, you want to create a fundamental right for
fundamental is a big word. Yeah.
Is there another word for fundamental? No, it turns out to be a legal term. So they're both approved, but one of the groups, drafters, I had a column on it this week, it thinks the Attorney General used one of several available grading on what an 8th grade level is, and he's not the final word. The Supreme Court's the final word.
Yeah.
And so they even thought about, should we sue ourselves, sort of, before the Supreme Court? To find out.
To save ourselves the trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
And
thumbs up or thumbs down for them? Arrow up or arrow down?
They're headed to the ballot for now.
Yeah.
That's
an arrow up.
That's up, I mean, of course.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's an arrow up. I confused myself.
And let's hope that your columns do not have to be written at an 8th grade level, because it's enjoyable to write them or read them at a college level.
I had one of them checked out. I put my text into one of these models, and it came out at grade 25.
Wow.
So
that's
apparently
big.
nobody,
I didn't even know there was a 25th grade.
Apparently I'm writing columns that nobody understands, thank goodness.
He's John Brummett, columnist with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right.
All right.
We're back with more right after this.